My name is Garrett Carver. I'm a junior and run cross country and track for Shawnee State University. Today was my first day back at running after taking a 3-week break. If you're wondering why I took a 3-week break in the middle of my track season, it's because I am redshirting this outdoor track season as well as the next cross country and indoor season of my senior year. I will then run all 3 seasons during my 5th year before graduating. That still doesn't really answer why I took 3 weeks off of running though. My coach had me do that because I am starting my next training block where for the first time in my running career, I will be building up to running 100 miles a week. I decided to make a YouTube channel to document my training while also hopefully providing some entertaining content. While I love running now, I wasn't always like this. I actually almost quit running entirely 3 times in my freshman year of college alone. But before I get into all that, let me go back to where it all started. I first signed up to run track in 7th grade, mainly because I wanted to play a sport but severely lacked hand-eye coordination and was not able to play a sport with balls. I think I ran 7:11 the mile for my first race ever, but don't quote me on that. Anyways, I started running cross country in the fall of that year and have stuck with cross country and track ever since. I only ran at practices during the seasons though, and didn't begin to really care about running until 2020 when all of the COVID stuff happened. I ran on my own in the spring of 2020 because I wasn't sure if I would still have my sophomore track season or not. That spring, I started to enjoy running outside of mandatory practices. I continued running all throughout high school and had a lot of fun doing it. As a senior, I ran a 450 mile. My cross-country 5K PR was right around 1845. I'm positive it was in the 1840s, but I can't remember exactly what it was. Anyway, as I came closer to graduating, I didn't like the thought of running being over. I reached out to a small college close to where I grew up called Ohio Christian University. There, I met a guy named Coach Flynn, visited the school, and signed to run for them shortly after. I graduated high school in the spring of 2022. I was really bad at my workouts that summer, but I was excited to get the opportunity to run in college. My first cross-country race in college was a 5K opener. I was nervous to make the jump to racing 8Ks on grass, so I thought it would be nice to run a 5K to ease into the transition. However, I only made it 1 mile into my first college race ever when I got a terrible side stitch and dropped out of the race. I was in a different state and hours away from my family. I was super embarrassed, and right there I decided that I didn't like running anymore and that I wanted to quit. The plan was to get through cross-country season and then be like, yo, coach, I'm done. However, to make a long story short, I decided not to quit despite heavily considering it once during cross-country season and twice during track season. Looking back on it, it's freaking crazy that a side stitch was making me be like, yeah, I'm done with this running thing. Anyway, during the summer of 2023, I began to love running more. I started following professionals like Craig Ingles and discovered 10-Man Elite. I fell in love with the training and racing. It was hard, and I had a long way to go, but I began seeing progress that summer. During the start of cross-country season that fall, Coach Flynn left OCU and took the head coaching position at Shawnee State University. I ran for OCU for all of my sophomore year and spent a lot of time with some great people, then transferred to Shawnee State for my junior year, where I began running for Coach Flynn once again. While at OCU, I ran a 16:49 5K in the time trial and a 4:39 mile in another time trial. My race times were close, but those were my PRs while I was there. As a junior at Shawnee, I've gotten my 5K down to 16:04 and my mile down to 4:32. Both being at the Indoor River States Conference meet on a 200-meter track. To address the elephant in the room, I do not like racing on grass. My 8K PR is currently 28:09. That's not very good, but I'm not too mad about it considering my freshman year I didn't break 30 minutes. For real though, the 8K isn't ready for a Garrett Carver post this 100 miles a week training block. I've met a lot of really cool people through running and have made a lot of great memories. I trained in Colorado for a week in the summer of 2023 and for another week in the summer of 2024. I'd love to go back and stay out there for a month sometime in the near future if possible. Also, I love katanas and swords and polar bears. All that stuff is awesome. Mountains are really cool and beautiful too. I'm thankful to run at Shawnee State where I've gotten to meet lots of cool people. Training with friends is a huge blessing and makes tough workouts and races bearable. Running isn't always perfect, but I don't think it's supposed to be. It's hard, but I love the grind, and it keeps me from getting bored too. I'm super excited to start this next training block and make videos while doing it. Today I ran an easy 3 miles while the rest of my team did a long run workout. Today was nice and easy, but I probably won't be saying that during double threshold workouts this summer. Regardless of how hard it'll be, I'm happy that my 3-week break is over and that I can finally get back to doing what I love.